All right. I think the most basic question you might have is, what happens each day in a music class? Well, inside the music room there's a colorful version of this, and it's in plain sight so that every student can see what the itinerary is. Within this format, there's a lot of flexibility. The first thing that happens is meet and greet. Most of the time, perhaps all of the time, I will be standing outside the music class doorway waiting to welcome the class. I will say hi, shake hands, hello, how are you, just to get off to a nice start. I think that's important. I'm glad to see them. Next, opening of class business. This is where everything necessary to run the music class gets done. I sell recorders, $4 for the MIEs, $5 for the ALOs. And for some students they're going to spend $10, but I don't actually recommend that unless your student is a really advanced 4th or 5th grader. I scratch names in the back of the recorders so that each student knows that the recorder is theirs. I put tape on the holes. That's very important to help guarantee that the student plays the song more easily with less effort. It's like training wheels on a bicycle. I'll get up free play-along DVDs. I will take attendance, which is how the student gets grades. If they have no recorder that day, they're going to get a C. Simply by holding up a recorder when I call their name, they get a B. And if they've played to a certain point in the song repertoire, in the song list, then they get an A that day. Next, optional warm-up. Sometimes there'll be a song that the students are listening to, or maybe it's the holidays, and I will want to teach a song fragment, like maybe a piece of Jingle Bells, something like that, before the actual class begins. This doesn't happen very often, maybe 1 out of every 5 classes, but sometimes I do it just for variety. Next, the welcome bow. Very important to me. I will stand if I'm not already standing. I will motion for the students to stand, and then I will make eye contact when everyone's looking at me and I'm looking at everyone else. We'll bow. I will bow to the children as a sign of respect. I am ready to teach you today. I am looking forward to this. And they will bow back to me, also as a sign of respect. This welcoming bow gives me a lot of information about the readiness of my class to learn music that day. Next, we play together. Marion Verbruggen is one of the greatest recorder players in the world. I have a recording of her playing these simple Suzuki songs like Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and that's the reference recording that they listen to and they and I play along with. They play on their soprano size recorders, and I play on a tenor size recorder, and they copy my fingers. It's a good way that the class gets to start off. Everybody plays music together. It's a nice way to start a class. Next comes my favorite part of the class, which is play together. I'm sorry, that was play together, which is individual coaching. 5 students, that's the usual number, 1 at a time, will come right in front of me and get an individual lesson. I will keep the lesson to a maximum of about 3 minutes, depending on the student's ability and what song the student's on and what particular challenges the lesson presents. Maybe the student's already prepared to play a piece. But because everyone goes at their own speed, everyone in the entire school has a progress chart. Some students might be on song number 26, while others are on song number 2, and they're in the same class, and that's fine. I will respect each student and try and teach everyone at their level, at their speed. That's the goal. After individual coaching comes repertoire activity. Repertoire means the songs that are on the list, the songs that everyone is learning. Whether they're in 5th grade or 2nd grade, everyone in the school has the same set of songs to learn. It's assumed that the 5th graders will learn more songs by the end of the year than the 2nd graders, but it's not necessarily the case. By the end of the year, there will be some 2nd graders who play the recorder better than some 5th graders. In repertoire activities, the whole class together will do games or activities, physical things that reinforce the songs that we're learning. After that, time permitting, comes music activities. Those are activities that have nothing to do with the songs they are learning on recorder. It could be a song that they're singing. It could be banging on the buckets. It could be a rhythm game. It could be a game where they are learning to read the notes on the staff. There's a lot of different possibilities. That happens with time permitting. Also with time permitting, especially later in the year, is the 5-minute quickie concert. That is when the student, instead of coming to the front of the room and playing for me as the audience, they will turn around the other way. They will face their classmates and they will perform a song for their classmates, a little informal concert. The students usually enjoy that. After that, it's time to line up and leave the class as I prepare for the next class of the day. That is how each music class works.